I mean, it takes a couple of guys minutes.
Jeremy, it's not filling up.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Eventually, we became bored and the tankers became empty.
So now let's consider some rather more important questions. Yes. This is a big problem, because if you have your container of water for the eel and even a small amount of sodium, I've only got 100 grams here, and the two were to come into contact with one another, the results could be catastrophic, as I shall now demonstrate. So now let's look at another vital issue that was not addressed by Mr. Growcock. Yes, he can. And he managed to do that without getting any more blood or oil on his shirt.
I'm moving. I'm not. And I was already ahead.
I've got no traction on these shoes. How much does yours actually weigh?
2.2 tons.
Mine's 2.8.
Hang on, you're getting ahead.
God, this is painful. I can't go another inch. I've had a heart attack.
I've won that.
Yes, I could. Oh, you have, or you've won.
I was still going.
I don't care. I'm not going
What,
anymore.
because-
I've got Ebola.
So how come no one in this town of excellence was able to see that the Reliant could be fixed in a trifle? How brilliant is this? It's still a three-wheeler. You still only pay motorcycle tax. But now, thanks to these stabilisers, it can't roll over anymore. Obviously, it's not a very large car, but if you push those rear seats all the way back, there is enough room back there for children. And then, if you pull them all the way forwards, there is enough space in the boot for Ross Kemp. So, Ross, you okay in there?
A bit of a squeeze, but quite comfy.
Quite comfy. Good. Good mark for Renault there. We've all been in this situation. The boat! It's still here and I can make it! Come on. Being late for a ferry can drive a man mad. You forget there's going to be another ferry later on. No, there isn't! This is the last ferry ever! I must catch it!
Right, there is a car coming. It's a long way off, but this could cut out. You never know. It's an old car. So let's just hold back. Go, go, go.
Let me put it this way. This is like a bodybuilder, right? Hugely impressive, but when you take its trunks down, it's hello, Mr. Squid.
What do you mean you put it in a melon?
Sorry, don't send helicopters. Do you want that one, though, really, honestly, a basic model? Because I bet that's also Of course it's easy to park. It's got windows, it's got a steering wheel. There we are. Next. Yes. Very. Well, prices start at around £8,500, but you need £11,000 to get a decent mid-range model. So if you have £11,000 to spend on a car, then yes, you can. But if you've only got 40p, then no. £50. £51.
And in 1976, we went to Tenby, had a cottage.
We went there, cottage.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, you must have been posh. We had a tent. Oh, look.
Yeah.
Is that him or is that just another car that's going
I don't
past?
know.
I've actually forgotten what his car looks like.
Power, 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 speed, irrelevant.
These are the remnants of the point at which the track control arm went, and you can see it was just rotten from the inside out. It was going to go at some point, and when it did collapse, it took the anti-roll bar out on the way past. So, only option is, and it is quite a long shot, this is all useless, to use the remainder of the track control arm that's under there attached to the hub, and use this to fabricate and weld on replacement bits for that.
Less movement means that the chain and the sprockets will grind together. Make sure there is no play in the steering head bearings. If there is, if you can feel a little clunk, clunk, clunk.
How much more is there of this?
Well, quite a lot, but, you know, there's
How long is this?
58 minutes.
What, a 58-minute thing?
Well, it's more of a public information documentary, if I'm honest.
For living with on a day-to-day basis, German cars are far better. But as a driving machine, and you may find this conclusion surprising, I think the GSF has them licked.
Right, unplug from the gym. Let's see how far we go.
James, on the other hand, has some explaining to do about his gnome.
This engine's actually pretty interesting because, first and foremost, it's been breathed upon by Lotus. They actually use a similar spec engine in the Elise, but perhaps more interestingly, it's supercharged, which is unusual in a hot hatchback. Why bother with a supercharger? It's heavier than a turbocharger. It puts more mechanical drag on the engine. So the headline figures are, I have the most power, 209 horsepower. I have the lowest weight, 1,135 kilograms. And that's over 200 kilograms lighter than Clarkson's VW.
Eventually, James finished talking and we were ready to go. What, those larders we've been overtaking endlessly since we got here? You're saying that my twin-turbocharged Aston Martin is no faster than them?
Not in the real world. I'll demonstrate it to you tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Right, May, what is your thinking?
Well, I've bought this Renault 9, it's the GTL. And I've flown Abby out to drive it. We're going to drive 50 miles to a place called the Garden of Paradise.
Why can't we just go where we're going?
Because I just said we're going to the Garden of Paradise. It'll be nice.